What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to T&E XO. In other words, the new era, XO. Welcome back to a brand new video, you guys. We got a banger for you guys today. Now, I know that there's going to be a lot of people who potentially want to buy a Camaro, and those exact people are going to be the same ones watching this video. So I hope to bring you guys some exciting content, and the reason for that is because I'm going to be bringing you guys the recipe on how to modify your Camaro, how to do it with the right parts, how to get these parts, and what parts are cheap, what parts are pretty expensive. Now, don't mind the little parking ticket. It's not a ticket, but it's a parking permit, I'm sorry, because we're currently in a public park and we have to pay a fee. So that's what that's for. But anyways, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and go over everything that's on this car, everything that you guys can do to your same Camaro that is 2016 up to 2024, I believe. They don't change a lot, and I'm going to tell you guys what you guys can do, cannot do, and the parts that you guys can get for cheap again, and the parts that are not so cheap. So without further ado, we can go ahead and get started, and I'll tell you guys the first thing on the list. So you guys, if you guys have, let's say, an RS, a 1LT, which comes in the 2016, I believe, all the way up to 2018, or you guys have a regular SS, or even a 2SS, a SS1LE, it does not matter. If you guys want a very, very aggressive front end, you guys definitely have to go with the ZL1 1LE conversion bumper. Now, where did I get this bumper from? I got this specifically from Icon Motorsports. So I did my little bit of research as far as all the ZL1 replica bumpers, and all the reviews just led me to pick Icon because they had the best reviews. The fitment was a lot better than any other replica bumper that was out there. Now, it does have its issues, and since I've modified this car pretty heavily in the past, I've had bags on it, I've had a lot of things on it, I messed up the fitment a little bit more. But it's not that noticeable, not to the naked eye, not to the person who doesn't really look at these things every single day. There's a lot of people who don't really know the difference between the SS and the ZL1 that confuse this for a ZL1. Now, a lot of you people are gonna be not happy with that because there's a lot of you who think that you should stay true to what your car is. For example, if this is an SS, keep it with the SS bumper, and then everybody respects that, but everybody wants to modify their car in their own way. So if you're one of those people, you can definitely find one of these bumpers here in Icon Motorsport. They sell them everywhere between, I believe I've seen some on eBay, which are sent out from Icon. Some are 6, 7, all the way to 1,000. You guys pick the one that you guys think is the best. My specific one was like 900 plus shipping and all of that. It was pretty pricey back in the day, but they were fairly new, and again, I can't complain on the fitment. They do send it primed, so it's not painted. I got this painted myself with some people that I knew, and they did a phenomenal job. I love it. I think this is a really, really key thing that transformed this car into making it what it is now. And honestly, I've never really gotten anything negative in person. It's always more the people that are on social media that are always like, oh, don't do this, oh, that looks not thick, not good, that doesn't look, you know, up to par. But again, this is for the people who like to modify their own cars, make them their own unique style. This is a great example. Now, like I said, you can find this same bumper either on eBay, sometimes I've seen them on Amazon. There's a lot of different websites, but I'll try my best to link all of the websites that I used to get you guys direct passes to getting the parts that I'm gonna be mentioning on this car. Now, I don't promise you guys that you guys are gonna find each and every part through that same link, because a lot of these websites or companies switch, you know, URLs and stuff like that, or I don't even know if it's a URL, but they switch their links to parts and stuff like that. So all I can say is I'm gonna link every single website that I used to purchase the parts, and hopefully you guys can find the same parts that this vehicle has that has made it look, in my opinion, really good and very aggressive. Because this car is what I would say, it's a good looking car, but it's not too overly done. I had it bagged and it looked great, but I think the bags just overdid it. At the end of the day, this is a performance car and it should stay true to that while looking good. So I think the best of both worlds is definitely a quote-unquote stance with springs, not on coils. This thing is on springs. It's on H&R springs. H&R, I don't remember if they're H&R or what they are, but I know for a fact they're not Eibach, because Eibach drops you a little bit lower than my car. Now, there's a lot of rubbing issues, so just keep that in mind. Now, the second thing on the list are going to be the wheels. Now, don't mind mine. Mine are kind of faded. They're getting a little old and crusty, and that's obviously due to wear and tear. I've been driving this car with these wheels on it for a very long time now. However, though, these wheels are Rohana RFX 11s. They have been perhaps the best purchase that I've made since getting the car. And the reason for that is because it just gives this car a beautiful stance. There are 305s in the rear, 285 in the front. Now, the wheels really does complement this thing, and especially since I got them in quote-unquote copper, which look gold now, but they transformed this thing. They transformed the car from 0 to 100. They look really good. And these were 3,500. Now, with these, the only problem is that I got them from a local dealer of that I personally know. Well, at least I know the people that work there, and they gave me a really good hookup. So I believe these back in the day, and I'm not sure how much they are now, these were 3,500, brand new, just the wheels themselves, not including the tires or the what are they called, TPMS sensors. Those are not included, so you guys are gonna have to provide your own or purchase them at your local wheel and tire dealer. But 3,500 for the wheels back in the day when they were brand new, and like I said, they're gonna change and transform your car. Now, the third thing that I want to mention to you guys would be the hood. I think the hood is a great purchase, and I'll tell you why. So this Anderson composite hood is going to be one of the best purchases to do to your car, and it's going to make it look so aggressive. You guys are going to fall in love with the hood very, very quickly. The reason for that is because it has that amazing cowl, but it stays true to the ZL1 and ZL1 sort of style hood. It doesn't change too much. There's no crazy vents or anything like that. However, it still has this amazing amount of cowl. Now, I'm not sure how tall that is, but it looks so nice. And it also has this little vent here, and it's humongous, so there's no reason for your car to ever be overheating with that vent right there. Now, that also, I believe, helps for aerodynamics, because all the air is going to pass through here, and it's going to basically get all the cool air here, and it's going to remove all of the hot air through here. So obviously a very good purchase, like I said, and you can purchase this at Anderson Composites right here. Now, this hood will cost you right around $1,400 brand new, and it takes about 6 to 7 months to be made. That's how long mine took, but it's definitely worth the wait, because again, look at that. Just look at that, you guys. That looks amazing. So if you guys want a hood like this, I'll link the link down below, and you guys can definitely check this thing out. Now, another thing is gonna definitely be these side skirts right here. Now, these are not quote-unquote original to the ZL1 Winelli. They are actually just a standard side skirt for the Camaro. You can put these on any Camaro from 2016 all the way up to 2024, I believe. They should be fairly the same thing because I don't think the side of the car changes in any of those, just the back and the front bumper. But these were pretty expensive back when they were new. Now you can find these for $200, $250. So go and bag one of these guys up because they look awesome and they're pretty cheap now. Now another modification that I think looks good on this car, again, this is all personal preference. You guys can definitely disagree with me, and that's totally fair. But I'm just, again, giving you guys what I think looks good on these cars and things that you guys can do for your own vehicles. Now, with that being said, I think that the splats, quote unquote splats, and the fins on the rear diffuser or valence, whatever you guys want to call it, I think they look phenomenal. Now, there's some that obviously come connected. There's no separation between the splat and the diffuser, and it looks amazing. However, my dad custom designed these, so these are a little bit bigger and they're a little bit more noticeable, quote unquote. But you guys can definitely get some that are a little bit more subtle, a little bit more flowing with the car and stuff like that, as well as they come connected with the splats. So you guys should, again, find either or. These are custom made, so you guys are probably not gonna find some that look exactly like mine. But in case you guys really want some that look like these, you guys can definitely hit me up. We'll try our best to ship them out or hand you guys some fins so you guys can rock some like these. And these splats, guys, these right here are cheap. They're dirt cheap. They're only 10 bucks, $10 to $12 on Amazon, eBay, or wherever you guys like to look for car parts. You guys are gonna find those there. I'll also throw in a link just so you guys can be sure to find the same ones that I have, which again, a lot of cars use them because these are not specific to Camaro. They're just universal and you guys can find these anywhere. So now that we're in the rear end of the vehicle, I have to give it to these things right here. These things look so nice. Now, they were a pretty pricey purchase for me. However, I still got a fat hookup because these were, I'm telling you guys, these were expensive, and they still are pretty expensive. But when I got these, they were like up the roof. I don't know how much they are now. I'm pretty sure they're maybe even more expensive than they were back then, but I got a fat hookup and I still thought these were expensive. But these are OEM ZL1. Oh, whoops, sorry. These are OEM ZL1 blacked out taillights. So these are not replicas. These are OEM ZL1 taillights, and I got them off this friend of mine that he had a ZL1. He ended up getting the ZL11 Elite, and for some reason he had an extra pair. So he gave them to me for dirt cheap. And back in the day, I thought they were expensive. Again, I'm not really sure how much they are now, but I ended up paying, I think, $250 for these. And when I paid $250, these were about $500. Again, I'm not sure how much they are now, but you guys can go ahead and get yourself a pair of these or other taillights that look amazing. There's another variety of taillights from the Aventador style to the new Camaro style, which is a block. And you have two round lights, which actually looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, you guys, these are some good modifications. I would show you guys something like exhaust, intake and stuff like that, but since my car has been state refed, I had to put everything back to OEM or factory spec. So I don't have any of the quote unquote illegal modifications to show you guys, which I think would absolutely, you know, make your car feel, sound, and just overall give it a complete look, package, and feel. But I don't have them, so I can't really show you guys them. But we're gonna be moving on to the next point, and that's gonna be rotors. My rotors are pretty old. They're about, I'd say, 2 to 3 years old. I also got the calipers painted. Again, though, that paint is really old as well. I have to really refresh this car. But anyways, you guys, I want to show you guys the calipers. I think these drilled and slotted calipers look amazing. We'll go here to the back. Take a look. Now, all these things here, guys, are gonna make your car just look that much better. With every single part that you add, you just like make the car look better and better and better and better until you guys have this car that is quote unquote modified, even if it's cosmetically. But you guys are gonna be in love with your car. You guys are gonna want to drive this thing. It's gonna look great on the road. Here, let me show you guys a nice little view. I think that looks pretty badass. And if you guys disagree, again, that's totally fine. You guys can always leave your comments down below, but I think that looks amazing. Now, if you guys think any of this is a little bit excessive, again, feel free to comment, feel free to leave your thoughts. But this is literally for the people who enjoy, again, seeing their car cosmetically modified and don't know where to get the parts and want something similar to this, or even want to replicate the same exact image with their own style. You guys can feel free. Look at this. It looks like a little race car. It looks like a little Hot Wheels. Literally. It looks great. I think it looks good. I forgot to mention, you guys, if you guys put stickers on your car or your windows, it adds like 100 horsepower, so I totally recommend you guys do that. So just letting you guys know, it adds 100 horsepower. You guys will be at 555 if you guys put stickers on your car. Okay, you guys, so as for the interior, there's a lot of things that I've done to this car as well. I think the interior looks pretty good. Don't mind the mess in the car. However, if you guys could see down here, we also have these floor mats. We have a little bit of carbon here and there. Now, the carbon doesn't really match, and here's the explanation for that. You guys, so the reason for that is just simply because, like many others, you know, I also shop on eBay, Amazon, all sorts of websites, and not every carbon part is gonna come the same. So you guys are probably gonna have mix and match carbon, which I really want to fix, because for example, this carbon right here, as well as that one right there, match, but all of the other parts here don't match. And these are really cheap. This was actually the most expensive one. This right here was, I think, $60, but it came with a lot of extra little pieces. That right there was about $40, and all of these here were like 15 bucks. This one was 20 bucks. So all of these things you guys can do. The floor mats, I love the floor mats. They are an awesome piece. You guys can definitely get those for about $150. And again, I'll have a link for all of these parts right here, which is gonna make your Camaro look amazing. If you guys like carbon, you guys are gonna fall in love with all of this, you guys.